Hey metalheads, you like tattoos? Of course you do. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, come on over the bridge to Clarksville, Indiana, and get you some ink done at Ageless Art. If ink isn't your thing, they have a piercing studio as well. Visit agelessartclarksville.com to see some frequently asked questions, meet the staff. The shop is open Monday through Thursday, 12 to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 12 to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m., all appointment-only spots. You can set up your appointments by phone at 812-283-1793 or email agelessarttattooandpiercing@gmail.com and someone will get you set up for your first or your next tattoo or piercing.
Hey metalheads, after going to a rager, what's your ultimate go-to? Mine is totally pizza. So when Overload is playing or I'm promoting the Metal Forge live showcases or the big goddamn metal show, I go to Pizza Donisi. Pizza Donisi is gourmet artisan pizza from right here in Louisville, Kentucky. It features things like the pizza of the month, the sandwiches, and also vegetarian and vegan options, which is so totally fucking cool for all of it's awesome pizza. You definitely want to go. Hey, and also from time to time they do cannolis. Oh, so fucking good. You know what they said, man? Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Yeah, just like that in Godfather. They're located right next to the Mag Bar at 1396 South 2nd Street. So either stop in or call in at 502-213-0488. They're open till midnight. The witching hour.
As dawn approaches, the red sun in the sky. This is just the devil.
Hey metalheads, you all hear me talk about Mag Bar all the time. It is the home to the Metal Forge live showcases and is an integral stop in the Ultimate Underground Metal Tour schedule. They obviously feature live music, but the Mag Bar also has daily specials like Pint and Slice Night on Tuesdays with Pizza Donisi. But they also do Bring Your Own Vinyl on Thursdays with DJ Kent Jackson, and Finer Things Sundays. Located right next to Pizza Donisi at 1398 South 2nd Street, open 3 p.m. to 4 a.m. 7 days a week. Get your asses out to the Mag Bar. Rock out. For 45 years in keeping Louisville weird, Electric Ladyland has been there for all your eccentricities. While they do offer the best smoking supplies out on the market today, there's a whole lot more to check out. From ashtrays and blacklight posters, to records, incense and burners, and items to stock your metaphysical supply. They're open from 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Located at 2325 Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky, and at electricladyland420.com. Roll out. The year was 1979, and all the world was caught up in disco and Star Wars. But in Louisville, something was happening. A young entrepreneur named Ben had a vision to be the best record store in all of the city. Fast forward to 2023, and Better Days Records is still going strong. Still, after all these years, owned by the same guy. We have had some trips and falls along the way, but so does life, and Better Days is here to stay. With two awesome locations at 921 Barrett Avenue and at 2600 West Broadway, better days are surely in your future.
in a broken wasteland. Come to my fire and place your blood and steel upon my pyre. Oh, this is the Metal Forge. 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 Metal Forge. My furnace starts to glow with crimson coals.
What's going on, metalheads? Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of The Metal Forge. Wow. Thank you all, seriously. This is an awesome episode because it's with Soul Grinder from Portland, the PDX. And you all know how much I already love that scene anyways, because there's so many awesome fucking bands from out there that have been on the show, and they're just... That scene is fucking awesome. The Pittsburgh scene is fucking awesome. Like, the whole Pennsylvania area has some really awesome fucking metal going on right now, which is totally fucking rad. And you know, now it's like spreading like wildfire like everywhere else. It's like, if you've ever watched the documentary Get Thrashed, you're living that with this new wave of traditional heavy metal and all of that. You know, this is cool shit. So there's gonna be some changes coming with the Metal Forge, and nothing major, but you're gonna start to see some differences, and I hope you dig it, because it's like I had an epiphany, and we're gonna go into it in a couple of weeks, but yeah, it'll be fucking rad as shit. No Wasteland this week because Jason is going to be joining Soul Grinder and myself, and we're going to be talking about the new Filth Encrusted album that comes out today by the time this is being released, which is June 23rd, 2023. 6 times 2 times 3 times 2, 666. Fuck yeah. The conspiracy theories are all out, right? Fuck yeah. Anyways, I'm like yammering, like I always say at this point. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. So let's go ahead and listen to some fucking Soul Grinder. This is off the Filth Encrusted album. This is Chosen.
Chosen of the gods! Chosen of the gods! Chosen of the lost! Chosen of the lost! Chosen to the war! Chosen to the war! For the reaping of gore! The reaping of gore!
time of madness and deceit. Its coming was foretold. And now, Soul Grinder has returned to become Filth Encrusted. From the bands who brought you the prophecy of blight comes a terrifying new chapter that will leave you changed forever. This summer, don the armor of atrophy. Let plasma crush away and become Filth Encrusted.
Forever in a power river, baptizing you, touching stranger than you've ever been.
Holy fucking shit. That's how I'm going to start this, because this is a reforged episode. The players you've heard before, you know before, because they've been here before. Back in January of 2022. Holy shit, a lot's happened since then. This is Soul Grinder and Jason Gardner from the Heavy Metal Wasteland. Yes.
Yeah. How's it going, everyone?
Hey, what's up?
So yeah, Alex, Kevin, April, how the fuck are y'all doing?
We're doing really good. I mean, we're excited to finally drop Filth Encrusted. It came out today, was June 21st on New Wave of Old School Thrash Metal on YouTube. And then the full release is on Friday, which is June 23rd. And that album has been in the works for a long time. It was actually in the works before our Queen Corrosion EP that came out of May last year. And we've got our album release show this Friday for Metal Mania. And we're really excited for that, too, because it's a wrestling event and a metal show with Solicitor and Vorlust.
Which is amazing, because I saw this and I was talking with Jason on like Monday or something like that, or Sunday, and I was like, man, we really need to do something like this, because this is just a badass fucking idea, and there is a band here in Louisville that does do that once a year. So,
cool.
But it's such a great concept.
Oh, yeah. I think the marriage is perfect, especially with, like, the three bands that all, we share a lot in common, and with, like, the independent wrestling event, too. We were so stoked when they asked us to do it, because we're like, oh, this is perfect, especially with, like, the theatrical side of our band, too, which I do kind of has a little bit of, like, a professional wrestling, like, inspiration to it. So it's definitely, like, for an album release show, we really couldn't have asked for anything better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely. And just because, it is like that deal, where's the setup going to be? Are the bands going to be set off to the side? They're going to go that traditional, like, setup in the ring thing?
We are going to be on the stage. It's called Star Theater, so we're going to be on the stage of the theater, and then in the pit is where they've set up the ring.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so in between the band sets, they're having wrestling going on.
Nice. See, yeah. That's rad as shit already.
Yeah, it's the third iteration of Metal Mania they've done here, and when I first found out about it, I was like, what? What is this? This is so cool. And then when we got asked, I was extra thrilled, because when we found out Vorlust and Solicitor were on there, I had been talking to them since last year about, like, the three of us need to play a show together, and then for this to be the one that it is like so incredible. I'm so excited.
Definitely. And the history there with Solicitor and you guys, because you all did a pretty lengthy tour last year together.
Yes, it's like almost the anniversary of our tour last year together, playing again.
Yeah, I think around this time last year, I think we were in your area.
You were. It was the 22nd. So we're
boom. Look at that. So one day away.
Yeah.
That tour.
Everybody had issues. Everyone did.
Yeah, we went around the whole country, which is something I had never done before. Thankfully, Kevin and April were more experienced at that point, doing that kind of tour in 5 weeks. And it was awesome to go around the country and see people who were fans of both bands. And when we played where you're at in Kentucky, we had a fan, I'll shout him out, Trevor Chapman, who's amazing, huge Soul Grinder fan.
Yep.
He drove like 3 hours one way just to see us. Which
rad.
is, as a band on tour, that's like the highest compliment you could ever receive.
It was very sweet.
Yeah, because like I've had friends who wouldn't even drive like 15 minutes to come see me, let alone like 3-4 hours one way, you know? So to get to meet like the fans out in the country and really see like the reach that we actually have, because like for us, we're always in our own little world as the three of us. So to go out there and do it, I mean, it was awesome. And really like, we definitely learned a lot. And it was something that we definitely had to do. And it was supposed to happen originally in 2020. But of course, you know, the pandemic and all that stopped it. So, you know, when we finally did it and got through it, it felt like we definitely leveled up a lot as a band and like learned a lot about ourselves. And it was great to do it with Solicitor, who were amazing, who helped us out in, you know, more ways than one.
Yeah.
You know, getting to know that band, getting to know Amy better, I mean, was fantastic. And we love and appreciate them so much. I mean, we really could not put it into words, like how much we appreciate touring with them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
it bears mentioning that actually the Prophecy of Light album release show, Solicitor played that with us as well. So it's good to have him back.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a great lineage. And you know, I really need to get off my ass and get out there because so many awesome fucking bands are from your area.
Oh yeah.
This is a great place to come to. If we could give you one piece of advice, do not go through the South in the summer. Just don't do it.
I've already done that in my life.
Yeah, if you have AC, and definitely that's a good point, Kevin. Have AC if you're going to go through the desert. Yeah.
Yeah, I've already done that in my life. So I traveled to Southwest in August. So yeah,
see that.
Dang.
That was the thing is like I had never been to too many states. I actually lived most of my life in California, same as April and Kevin. And I had never been to, you know, I think further west than like Reno. And I had never felt southern humidity before in my life. That is different.
Yeah.
That's like it's a whole different kind of like, I thought I knew hot. No, that's, yeah. It was wet,
because it was
wet,
roasting ass hot that day here in Louisville.
Oh yeah.
And you were just like drenched. I remember that because you're just like, oh. And plus you're wearing the leather vest and everything too. So that, you know, that really doesn't help.
Steals all the juices then.
Yeah, it keeps us nice and juicy.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we first experienced that in Houston, and like, oh my God, Kevin and I, we had to like, we got down to what, our boxers?
Yeah, we were like out there breaking down like the drums and loading the van like in our boxers out there. It was like 100 degrees at the end of the night.
Yeah, we had never felt anything, or I had never felt anything like that before in my life.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I definitely altered my stage gear after that tour. So I retired the big leather vest and went with something a little lighter.
Yeah, definitely. I've totally the same about that. When I was going through Phoenix, it was 125 in Phoenix.
Oh man.
And when we left the show driving into LA, the 4 or so hour drive, at midnight it was still 117. And
yeah,
it's
that
like,
was the crazy
shit.
thing. Like when we got to Texas and we had to stay the night in El Paso, I remember it was like 9:00 at night, and I walked outside of the hotel and I actually yelled, "It's 98 degrees at night here," because I'm used to West Coast weather. Like we don't.
It cools down.
It cools down. Yeah,
not there.
Not there. No, you feel the heat.
Right. Now you all get snow there, right?
Yes.
We do now.
It comes in like waves. It's not like a constant, like winter's not constantly snowy. It's like there will be this like freak snowstorm that comes through, and then we have we're like snowed in for like 5 days or something. And that happened like a couple times this winter.
Oh yeah.
But we're not prepared. Portland is not prepared to handle the snow. It's like there's no services to take care or plow the roads, really.
Holy
so it's
shit.
always a shit show. Yeah.
That's probably how you are too, aren't you, Jason?
No, we're prepared.
Really?
There's always like salt trucks and stuff.
Oh
there's
yeah,
always salt trucks
because
and
you
stuff
all
going
are
around,
out.
so-
You all are around the mountains there. So.
Yeah, I'm up in the mountains. Dude.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, I mean, we like to think we're prepared, but then everybody just fucking freaks out. But yeah, I don't know why. I was like, we're talking about how the humidity was, and I just was like, I didn't know Portland ever got snow or not. So cool. Now I know.
Right on the street.
But again, we're here talking about the new album, Filth Encrusted. Alex, you sent me the link earlier, and you're like, hey, it's on YouTube. So I listened to it. And wow. Like, honestly, it is one of the most cohesive albums. I didn't have to, like, skip anything.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is
Thank you.
for us. That's like a goal. We always try to, not trying to floss ourselves, but for us as a band, our goal is to make music that, like, when you were a kid and you listened to like Ride the Lightning or Rust in Peace, and like how that album sticks with you. We try to shoot for that as a band, and hitting that kind of cohesion and having all the songs be, to someone like that big, that's a huge compliment. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, two things to that. Yes. Jason, put the calendar at 0 days to a Metallica talking. We're trying to steer them away from those bands.
Sorry.
No, but you're absolutely right. And
Rust in Peace mention also.
What's that?
A 0 for the Rust in Peace mention also.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, days without injury.
Here's the thing. Jason and I were talking about this the other night, and in our like brainstorm session, is like, I want to, those albums that you're talking about, like the Ride the Lightnings and the Rust in Pieces and those albums, yeah, they're great. But when those bands release albums today, they're gone in like a couple of months. You just, there's no retainability to it, which I know I'm going to listen to this album constantly, and it was a playthrough for me, and I dig that, and and it goes from track to track to track, and it's like, holy fucking shit, this rips. And it's like I'm doing something and I'm just like, fuck, this fucking rips. And it's like, what the fuck? And it's like, what is this? And I look at the name of the song and it's like, well, shit, man, like, wow. I think if I were to narrow it down, I think Chosen is probably one of my favorites on the album.
It wouldn't be Overload?
Ha! That's funny that you should mention that.
Yeah, that was for you, man. That's for the homies.
What's that?
It's for the Overload is for the homies, man. That's for you.
That's right.
That's for
See,
myself.
he's owning up to it. No, I love that, and I was just like, hey, and he's like, it's for the homies. I was like, cool. But yeah, like, the interesting thing is, like, on like the Metal Archives, they used to list you as like a black thrash, and it seems like they've kind of changed you all over to a heavy / thrash metal.
Yeah,
and that is one thing that I did notice between Prophecy and Filth Encrusted is it is a lot more straight up thrash, which I dig, right? Because that's me to a T.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to. So, like, it's funny because we had Queen Corrosion in between this and Prophecy of Blight. And, like, Queen Corrosion was kind of like our thank you album to the new wave of traditional heavy metal crowd for, like, being so accepting of us. And we had this fantastic song, Queen Corrosion, and we got asked to make a song for a Troma film called Divide and Conquer. And then we had Brain Rot, which was just like came out of nowhere one day.
Surf rock song.
Yeah,
We were just trying to have fun with it.
And that one was definitely, I think, more heavy metal, like punk kind of inspired. And I think during that period, because I mean, honestly, we started work on Filth Encrusted like a few months after the Prophecy of Blight came out. And I think one of the major goals that we had was to like evolve Prophecy of Blight, but also like bring all those elements together in a more cohesive way, because it is us. Like, it's always going to sound like us. And I think we grew so much as a band in that time. And like, I think the aggressive and thrashiness of it all kind of came through the time these songs were written, which was during a period of time, the pandemic, where we had no idea what was going on. For us, like as a band, the world shut down like after our album came out. So we're just like, we had to have something to channel all that energy into. And it was all of these songs.
Definitely.
We were full of rage.
Yeah, full of rage. We were really pissed.
Yeah, and I think that does show in there. And I mean, let's face it. I mean, you know, to play thrash, you got to be pissed off to a certain degree, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because if not, I don't know. I don't know, happy thrash, I guess.
It doesn't work.
It ends up being like folk metal, like Corpiclani. You know what I mean? That's like, I feel like almost a happy thrash. Then you get an accordion in there, and all of a sudden it's 2009 again, and we're all into that and, you know, other folk bands.
Right. That was going to be one of the things I was going to ask, is during the writing of this album right after Prophecy came out, you know, so you all were living together then. So how did you all differentiate, you know, like, well, I mean, obviously it was during the pandemic, so you all have day jobs at that time also, or just...
I did not.
Kevin and I were basically told, like, once the pandemic happened, we were both given sheets of paper by our respective jobs that was like, you're going to work, buddy. That was both of us. So we continued going to work, but I had a really cool situation where I was basically only working part-time. So, like, I would come home at 11:30 a.m. and, like, play guitar and play Total War Warhammer, like, every day. And April and I started collaborating on some stuff like, you know, Queen Corrosia, and Kevin had, you know, lyrics, and we'd work with that and like create music around that. And I mean, really, I think the writing period of this album was between October 2019 and I want to say February 2021. And we had just kind of wood shopped these songs for a really long time, and took some of them out on tour last year. So we actually did get a really good long time to like work on these songs and get them cohesive and like work out all the kinks that we wanted to. And I definitely feel that like this album so far is the most collaborative one we've done. And I know with the next thing that we do, like, I'm not going into it with any riffs. Like, Kevin's not going into it with any lyrics, and neither is April. Like, all three of us are going to like work on it together at the same time. Because we always like to add new elements when we work on an album. And so I think that's going to be something really cool that we do to like keep it fresh and like give ourselves a challenge to do something out of our comfort zone.
That's badass. And it keeps the thing fresh, you know?
Absolutely.
It prevents burnout, because I think once you do something and, you know, it becomes just a job at that point, then the burnout is real for shit like that, right?
Yeah, we want to switch it up to, like Alex said, challenge ourselves and do something in a way we haven't done before, because we're much tighter and stronger musicians now than we were even the beginning of writing Filth Encrusted, that we're just excited to just go right into it because we have more confidence in our ability and just are excited to try something, just a different approach.
And I think that's a major thing to add on to what April is saying, is like in between Prophecy of Blight and now is that all three of us kind of went on our own separate like music journeys. Kevin had done several self-releases as Dismal Reverie, where he did pretty much everything himself.
Right.
And he's wearing the shirt. Yeah. Shout out to Dismal Reverie. Check it out. April was doing work with Hoaxed, and for me, I was not satisfied with where I was as a guitar player in 2019. So I actually found this guy, John Bjork, who's probably the best guitar player I've ever seen. And I've been working with him since 2019, almost 4 years now, like on who I am as a musician and as a guitar player, and where I can fit that in to our music as Soul Grinder. So we can we always want to hit our home runs. Like we always want our latest thing to be our best. And I know with what all three of us have done since then, like I know our new experiences were able to contribute to this new album in a very positive way.
Right on. Jason, do you have anything?
No, I'm just listening. Just admiring the drummer for doing everything himself. That's drummers usually don't do that.
Very talented.
I when I mixed and mastered like the first Dismal Reverie release, like it was when the three of us were still living together, and I called Kevin into my room, and I was like, "Dude, this is so impressive that you did this," because it really it was a full on album that he did from start to finish, and it has its own sound in everything, and that's very commendable. Because man, as much as I've wanted to do that, I get distracted way too easily. I do riff. I'm a caveman. I'm I make riff. I make solo, and that's all I know.
Chaos God of riffs.
Yeah,
savory.
Yeah, I'm that guy too.
Big stick, go boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I'm that way too. Yeah, we're all creatures of habit to a degree, right? I make riff, and then I make the riff on the bass usually.
Yeah, man. As long as you record it, you got it there. Because 10, 12 years ago, actually no, 13 years ago, when Kevin, April, and I first started playing together in old bands, Kevin and I would stand there for 8 hours a day looking at each other, and I would play riffs, and then 10 minutes later I was like, oh yeah, that really cool riff, I can't remember how to play it. what were you doing? That's how that went back then. A lot of riff.
And I'm just gonna sit there and say, whichever fucking phone company the manufacturer decided to put a memo recorder on there first, to make it the industry standard, thank you, because it gave everybody shitty recordings to remember riffs from.
Oh yeah, we've got the voice memo for all of our riffs and song ideas, and then we've got the notes app for all of our public apologies for when we screw up. They really did. We don't need an app store. We've already got everything we need.
Right.
Have you ever thought about releasing that album from just voice memos of riffs and just mix it?
Oh my god!
Yeah, and
like an alternate album.
Yeah, that would be when you do the 10-year anniversary reissues. You add the extra tracks taken from Alex's phone memos.
Oh yeah,
the big box sets.
That's zero.
Well, it's the same episode, so.
One of the ways that we work, in the past is I would make a whole track of guitar, double tracked, and then I'd put a Superior Drummer drum loop on it, kind of as a base for us to build on. And I had switched hard drives, in I think, what was it, early 2021, and I lost all of the demos that I had for Filth Encrusted. I mean, we remembered every song because we'd learned them by that point, but I had lost all of that stuff.
It was bad.
I think Siegebreaker and Melting Spree, which were the two last songs that had music written for them, were the only ones I still have the demos for. Chosen is actually, I think, on my laptop somewhere.
Nice.
So there, more you know.
Yeah, definitely. So, is there one as the band that you all like playing together? Because you all have this moment where you all just click and you're just fuck yeah.
Is it Melting Spree?
We are
Siegebreaker.
Siegebreaker,
probably.
Siegebreaker, yeah, because like all three of us are like heavily involved in that song in some way. Because like I do backing vocals now, Kevin's got his drum parts. You know, Siegebreaker was definitely a favorite of ours. I mean, we took it on tour last year and people really liked it.
It's a very good live song.
Yeah, it's pummeling. We love it.
Yes, I know. I have the list right here.
Oh yeah.
I actually have a room recording of that.
Oh, badass!
Nice.
It's I will say that it is really cool to like know that on setlist.fm our shows are on there.
That's
so
awesome.
Whoever those soldiers are uploading our shows that we played on tour, thank you. Appreciate it because it helps us remember what songs we played live.
Did you just refer to your fans as soldiers?
Actually, we call them the grinders. Yeah.
The grinders?
We call our fans the grinders. Yeah.
I was like,
grinders out there.
Yeah. See, that's awesome though. That's great.
Soul Grinder Soldier is pretty good. I like that. It's like a Wu-Tang-ish kind of.
It is, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's down with Wu-Tang, right?
Hell yeah.
So with the new album Filth Encrusted, what do you all want to see happen? I mean, what are you all planning on doing another like 5-week tour? I mean, what do you all want to do with that?
We don't have much on the horizon at this time, but I'm hopeful that it just reaches more people this time and we just make some new connections, and looking forward to maybe a tour offer. But I feel like at this point we're pretty DIY and have to move and shake things ourselves. And I don't know what's to come of it, but definitely want to play more shows, especially in our area again. We have not played Seattle, and that's definitely on the list. And just, I think if anything, the next tour would be probably a West Coast run.
Right.
Because that's going to be easier for us and just financially possible. But a whole month like we did plus last year was like an incredible experience. I just don't know when that's going to happen for us again soon.
Right.
And
because that is a lot.
It was a lot, but it was awesome.
I will say, with this, since we do every release cycle ourselves, as like an independent band, we've learned so much every time we've released a new album that I will say that like we can see the growth and efforts from the things that we have like learned in terms of like our networking and what channels to reach out to, and we are seeing like the bits of growth, which is great. I think one of the tough things is that you never really know what your growth has been as a band because the internet in terms of numbers is so deceiving. Right. I mean, really, when we went on tour last year, that was like, there was way more people out there who was into Soul Grinder than we thought. And I think for us, like, more growth, and I think, getting on those bigger bills that we want to get on, just growing as a band. And I think our goal is always the same. Like, if this album doesn't do what we want it to do, it's not call it quits. It's right. We go right back to it and use that energy towards the next album.
Right.
Because it does, because we're always going to do what we set out to do as a band. And I think we've always been very consistent with that. And, it just be better, be best.
Right. And, that's kind of where I'm at with that as well, in my life, because, when I started Overload, it was that whole thing of, all right, well, we had to fire a guitar player. Well, what are you going to do? Well, fuck it. I'm too old to start over. Fucking hire a new guitar player.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
I think what's important is, when it comes down to it in life, like I say this a lot to people, is like, you got two choices. You got to either do it or not do it. For us as a band, it's like we can either sit and bitch or we can do what we love to do. And so we always do what we love to do. And like, that's rewarding in its own sense. And people love us for that. And they are always like down with what we come out with next.
Absolutely. And I'm definitely in that group. So
thank you very much.
I mean, yes, I mean, when I was talking with Amy last year about it, it's like, hey, I see you all have an open date here. Do you want this Louisville show? And then it was like a month before the tour or whatever, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, all right. And, you know, just like, yeah, I was like, I jumped at the fucking chance to book that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And we're so happy to meet you in person. And
for sure.
You know, thank you so much for putting that show on. And, you know, like I said, like one of our biggest fans came to that show. Like he drove 3 hours one way to come see us. So it was like, and we finally got to meet him too, because we saw him buy our stuff, you know, like throughout the years. Like we recognized his name. So for us, it was great not only to meet you, but to meet Trevor as well. Like it was a really awesome opportunity.
Oh yeah. And I was just like, I think I had messaged you before you all had got there. And I was like, dude, there's this guy with this fucking Prophecy back patch. He's like, and you're like, yeah, we know who he is. I was like, oh
yeah,
cool.
We know who he is. Yeah.
I was like, fuck yeah, man. Just to see it. But yeah, fuck yeah, let's hopefully for some more fucking shows and shit like that to come your way, and hopefully somebody picks you all up to do something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to switch over here to Derailed, which is 5 random questions, you know, that you know the routine. You've done this before.
Yes, and I do have an addendum from our last episode, and not to derail the podcast.
No.
But last episode, I said that The Final Frontier by Iron Maiden was an awful album. I do have a retraction to make. The Talisman is an amazing song, but that's it. That's all. That's all I wanted to add. Talisman is fucking great.
Jason, what do you think about that?
Well, I don't know these people personally, so I'm not gonna get too personal, but I think you're misguided.
Okay. Is The Final Frontier your favorite Iron Maiden album?
No, it's not my favorite one, but from the post 2000s, I think it's one of their better ones. I think Brave New World and then Final Frontier are 1 and 2, and then I think Book of Souls was probably number 3, and then like Dance of Death and Brave New World are kind of meandering to me, so I put them in like the low tier.
You rate A Matter of Life and Death that low?
Yeah, I don't really like it. It's a little yeah.
Well,
but, hey, man, to each their own. I'm not gonna. If you're a Maiden fan of any kind, you're fine with me.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
So
yeah.
It's all good. I saw someone on Reddit yesterday give Power Slave a 7 out of 10. So
that's pretty low.
You know, we've got bigger enemies out there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, people who don't even like Maiden are probably my biggest enemy in life. Really.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
Crush them.
Wow.
Yeah,
see,
really
and I'm like,
that
and I'm just like, you know what? I like some of the Blaze Bailey stuff.
You know what? I like Blaze Bailey too, and I will say Blaze is so. I'm so sorry, Kevin and April, that I totally just like derailed our band podcast. I love Blaze Bailey, and I think he is a great singer. I think after Iron Maiden, he became a great singer, and I do like his solo stuff.
Right.
The solo Blaze Bailey or Wolfsbane project?
Solo Blaze Bailey. I've never really listened to a whole lot of Wolfsbane.
Okay.
So yeah, this is derailed already. Yeah. So you get the idea of how this happens. So fuck yeah. First question, and this is a yeah. Who would you rather have manage you, Yoko Ono or Sharon Osbourne?
Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon Osbourne. She's cold-blooded, and I think at this point in my life, I'm not getting any younger. Sell me out, baby. Get me in Hot Topic. I don't care. You got to make a reality show of my life. I'll do it. Let's make this happen, girl.
Yeah, where's our Soul Grinder reality show?
Yeah, where's our Soul Grinder reality show?
Yeah.
You might be able to sell that to Discovery or something.
Oh yeah,
like a nature documentary.
Prills
As we
are
get
in
to
the
the
woods.
road.
They'll drop us off in the woods and see how we react.
Y'all will be so bummed because like we don't really do drugs or any like we have very little.
A little drugs.
I think yeah, a little bit. Just, yes, mushroom. Definitely mushrooms inspired plenty of our songs, but yeah, we're not too wild.
Right on. No, I mean, Jason, you want to answer that one?
I mean, it's probably Sharon because you're going to get more results than Yoko, for sure.
Oh, for
I mean,
sure.
Sharon understands the genre more.
That's true.
And plus, it would give me the dream of calling her to C-word to her face one day. There's always that opportunity that would show up once she got rid of us. So yes.
Do you really think that she actually meets the bands that she's picked up?
Well, from what I've gathered, she doesn't really manage that many. So yeah, I think she knows them all personally.
See, I don't know if she would though. I mean, maybe that's just me, but I think she would
honestly
just
didn't know
blindly
she
get
managed
into
everything.
it. She'd be like,
Say
"Oh
again.
yeah, they're really good."
That's a pretty good impression.
Yeah. Do you think ghosts are evil, good, or neutral?
Like the band or the Phantoms?
Phantoms.
Phantoms. I think it's most likely that ghosts are just like a refraction of dispersed consciousness trapped within a magnetic field.
Kind of like a carbon copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe that same image, taken like from like an interdimensional entity, whereas like a hermit crab.
Just looking for a new home.
Exactly.
All right.
Wow.
I know what
See,
you're saying, man. I actually do. I think it's like a somewhere between like real life and purgatory, like where they're like just trapped. And I'm not even taking that from the movie Ghost. Actually, I'm just like from like documentaries I've watched, like supernatural stuff is always like this like plane that you can't like. It's hard to explain. Like people have been like told like ghosts aren't real like their whole adult life, so like you don't really believe it if you see it. Whereas like if you have like a dog or like small kids and they're always like looking around at weird stuff or like interacting with stuff, and it's like, what the hell are you looking at? Like they don't know that this isn't real, so they actually like see it. You know, until the brain is just trained to say no, that's not real, and then you're just like, oh, that was like something else. But I think they really do exist. Yeah, I do.
I mean,
I think if you're like killed wrongly or something, or like you didn't have a chance to say goodbye to like loved ones or something, I totally think that you are out there until your mission is fulfilled to pass over to like the next plane of existence.
that's exactly.
But that's just my. I mean, that's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's pretty good because to me, like, it almost feels like it's like a tear in the space-time, like to another plane of existence. So you're kind of migrating between the layer.
Yeah, and I say that because my youngest son is always playing with somebody way taller than I am, all the time in the same place in the living room, almost every day. Says the same words, laughs, runs with his arms out, and I'm like sitting in the chair like 20 feet away. So.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's bizarre to say the least.
I think you may need an exorcism.
I think it's my mother-in-law actually. So
Really?
Was your mother-in-law like 9 feet tall or something?
no, I mean she'd be floating because ghosts float.
yeah.
Ghostbusters style.
And she just missed him by like a month. So I think she knew that he was going to be
Get
born.
her.
I think she's like trying to communicate just to say I'm your grandmother, and that's it. So
Right.
I like that.
but I experience this almost every day. So yeah, there's
The walls
something
start
going
bleeding, you
on.
might have a problem.
There's something going on in the living room in the corner.
Interesting.
Okay.
If you were throwing a space-themed party, how would you decorate it, and what would you serve for food?
I think probably a lot of like plastic sheets that look like welded metal. So maybe like have like a bunch of plastic cut up and have like rivets, but it's all, faux. So it's like a more of like a hammered, self-constructed spacecraft vibe. And I don't host parties often. I can't Food. What's a good?
I would just.
What are food?
I mean,
What are food?
y'all are more social than me because I just keep the lights off and invite everybody to an empty room.
It's my dark space.
Just go to my dark
It's
room,
just like space.
and I'm not there. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I just made all you come to a nothing room, you fool.
We did go to a friend's house, and their entire ceiling had glow in the dark stars. It was
Oh,
the
I
entire
remember
garage, and so the entire garage. So you could turn out the lights and it looks
That
like
was
you're seeing
cool.
the stars. Yeah. So that's what I think of as like a space party.
Was it like an accurate solar system replication? Oh, okay.
Definitely.
Well, I don't know.
That was pretty cool.
Maybe. I didn't
It
ask.
looked like a smattering of just multiple packs of glow-in-the-dark stars.
Okay.
Wow. A lot of packs.
See, and now you've got the lights that you could put in like the center of the room, and it does the whole fucking cast, right? Where you
Yeah. The planetarium sort of.
yeah, the
Batman
planetarium
thing.
vibe. You could do that. What was the other? You know, you always got like the pie pans and hang them from the fucking ceiling type shit, right? Like the
That's
flying
like-
saucers.
That would be perfect.
Yes, because it's like old school, like, you know, 80s shit, right?
Pie pan. That's for like scaring off birds from your crops, dude.
Does the same thing, you know?
Okay.
So there you go. But what food would you serve?
Oh my gosh.
Nothing. I'm tired of being taken advantage of.
Probably dehydrated like snacks, like they give to astronauts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the
freeze
freeze dried apricots and
Yes.
shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just for some reason I just started imagining like a potluck in 0G where everyone brings like spaghetti and things like that, and it's just going everywhere.
Yeah,
So you just like kind of open your mouth and scoop like a whale. That'd be fun.
Like plankton, and just open your mouth, just
Yeah.
just let it fly in. Yeah.
Right. Whatever, whoever flies in your mouth.
You don't need any utensils.
Who's in my mouth? What's going on?
All right. So because of the album release is a wrestling metal show. If you could form a tag team with any other wrestler, who would it be?
Okay. I'll go ahead and answer. It would be Gunther, also known as Walter in NXT, who I believe is the best wrestler in the world and has been for several years. I absolutely would be on a tag team with a big Austrian dude who just slaps the shit out of people. That would be. I would just want to be up close to see it. So that's who I'm tagging with.
Was it him and was it Tyler Bate where he just
Great match.
where he just like murdered Tyler Bate in the ring, and just like his chest was all just like busted open and shit.
Yeah, Ilya Dragunov, the first one. The second, Walter Ilya Dragunov from NXT TakeOver 36. It's probably my favorite match ever. If you like watching a small dude get beaten up by a big dude, there you go. That's the match for you. Because like, there's actual blood like coming from Dragunov's chest.
Yeah.
From the slaps that he has taken, and he's got like stitches in his head that are about to burst. And I really thought the stitches were going to break in that segment. That incredible stuff. So yeah, Walter is my pick.
Yeah, I could dig that.
I would do Luna Vachon.
Yes.
Naturally.
I don't know as much wrestling as maybe these two.
I honestly don't know much either.
So
I think
give me
The Undertaker.
I would say Legion of Doom.
Okay.
You'd be with. Yeah, I think Kevin
Yeah.
would definitely be with like Legion of Doom or like Demolition before they got jobbed out in the like late '80s.
when
I
Crush came
think that's
along.
definitely Kevin's vibe.
We'll go with it.
Right
All right.
on. Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that. As always, links are listed below, so please give a like, a share, and a follow. Go buy merch. Go find these awesome fucking people on Bandcamp. Go buy albums. Do all of that. Marrowgate.com, right? Or Soulgrinder.
Narrowgate.com.
Yes, and SoulGrinderOfficial.com takes you there as well. Fuck yeah. As like I said, links are listed below. Who are the shout outs for today?
I want to give a shout out. Well, first of all, shout out to Amy and Solicitor. Also want to give a shout out to Black Knife and Uberzerker, who we played with on tour. Both awesome bands who I definitely highly suggest you check out if you have not heard them yet. And true Soul Grinder soldiers.
That's the Grinders.
Yeah, the Grinders.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Probably shout out Hoax, my other band, because they've been super supportive and are true Soul Grinder fans and always finding a way to make it work with scheduling and just being down for it.
And that's the reason why they haven't been on the Metal Forge, is because of scheduling. And it's been a while since I've sent a message, so that'll be soon too.
Cool.
Of course, I want to shout out Mark Jackson for holding down the Forge, bringing the metal.
Yeah.
Nah, come on. And Jason's guilty for that too. So he's part of the team here at the Metal Forge and everything with Flamekeepers. So he's in on that too.
Jason.
more behind the scenes. By the way, I checked out the Dismal Reverie on Spotify just to follow it so I can remind myself to listen tomorrow. What the hell, man? 2 followers? That's it? What's wrong with people?
Yeah, I've put a lot of energy into Soul Grinder, I have to admit, and so that's been the majority of my focus. But we'll see what's in the maybe there may be things coming. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I just added this. I have something new to listen to tomorrow because I'm always looking for new stuff. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I have to admit, I didn't listen to y'all's album either today when I had the chance. I was just so busy, I just forgot. But I'll check it out tomorrow for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, final question of the day. For people who believe that dinosaurs are not real, how do you think they justify the bones?
Like what I think their conspiracy theory is. First of all, dinosaurs are cool.
Yes.
And if you don't believe in dinosaurs, you're lame. You're lame as fuck.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't believe in dinosaurs, your reasoning is, I'm dumb. And that's it. What do you get?
I feel like maybe they think that the existence of like dragons and mythological creatures is actually the real reason, and science is just a cover-up, and it's all a big conspiracy. And that you got trolls, and you have all the sea monsters, and that's all real, and dinosaurs are just like science wants to explain it.
I think their bones were like implanted like years ago, like maybe like 100 years ago. Somebody like made these fake bones, put them everywhere. And then they got dug up suddenly, like 50 years later. Oh, suddenly now there's all these fake bones in museums. And
that's what Big Bone wants you to think. The big bones behind it all.
Jason, what do you think?
I mean, they're about the same as flat earthers, really. I mean,
yeah,
the evidence is there, but you refuse to believe it because you're an idiot. It's like someone just took like all these model kits and went all over the world and just buried them in random places completely, and put like thousands and thousands of years or millions and millions of years of decay on top of them, and then here's some dinosaurs. I don't know. I don't know how you dispute it. They have this shit set up in museums, like full dinosaurs. I've seen them.
There's people who dedicate their whole lives to studying these things, and lots of money spent of excavating these things.
That's what they want you to think.
Oh, that's right.
Dedication to a lie.
Big Bone
once again.
Yeah,
it's Big Bone once again. Jesus.
Oh my god.
I mean, you can see the evidence still around, like birds, chickens, lizards. You can tell they're all from dinosaurs just from seeing the pictures of dinosaurs. You can see the big version of a dinosaur, and you can just envision it evolution making them tiny.
I know we have brought back a lot of things in recent years. We brought back, classic metal. We've brought back old hairstyles. I think we should bring back dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
I think that should be the next one.
Hot take.
Yeah.
The next Soul
That's a good
Grinder
tip, too.
album is about dinosaurs.
Hey, you never know.
Why
Well,
not?
you know, the incorporation of fossil fuels as a theme
Yeah,
may,
for sure.
may be present.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Mad Max style. Fuck yeah. Thank you all so fucking much for coming back on again. This has been fucking rad as shit. I've had such a good time. Alex, Kevin, April, Jason, thank you all so fucking much.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Real
you.
quick,
so
real quick
much.
before we go, the question about Ghost. I was curious. What is your opinion on the band Ghost? Good, bad, or evil?
Oh,
Or
Jesus.
goofy?
So,
Good, better.
you know, I'm neutral on ghosts.
Okay.
I'm neutral on ghosts.
I really like Meliora. I can really get down with that album.
As far as good, bad, or evil goes, I don't think they're evil. I think they have a very evil image, but at their core, they're not evil, and they don't preach. It doesn't feel like an evil message because it's very like lighthearted, like poppy, feel good. You know, Satan is your friend, and I don't think that's an evil thing to do because it doesn't feel evil and it's not really malicious. But good or bad, I think they're a very talented band. They're not really my bag though, personally.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
I get
Yeah.
that.
The two times I've seen him, which was before they even started playing like arenas by himself. All it was is the dude asking if anyone's horny and going to screw somebody sitting next to you. It's like that was like his whole thing was like, you know, just take the person home next to you and screw them. I was like, well,
he had it all
I'm
figured
by
out.
myself, but I'm also married, so
Well, the movie Ghost is very horny as well, so maybe there's a
Hell
connection.
yeah. it
this is true.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's Big Ghost, man. Big Ghost is
Yeah.
pushing the message.
Big Boo's at it again.
Big Boo, yeah. Fucking shout out to fucking Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Super Mario Brothers movie now on DVD and Blu-ray.
I just took my daughter to see that a few weeks ago. It was actually pretty decent. I didn't hate
Oh,
it.
okay. I won't. Pay
I better not
$30
show
on
any
it. I will
pictures
probably
of it on the
watch
podcast. We'll get fucking flagged or some shit.
Yeah, probably.
They just take all of our royalties as a band. Like they take
Yeah.
the full $2 we're gonna get off Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, come on. It'll probably be more than that. You all will break the fucking. What was your all's listen count last year?
That's a good question.
I mean,
Alex knows.
oh yeah, I check every day. That's not a lie. Not that high. I mean, I think it was like 11,000 or something like
Yeah,
that.
you'll break
Yeah, but-
you'll break 10 times that this year.
Dude, you gotta put it in
crazy.
band terms. Like, did you make more than $1 off Spotify last year?
we
Like,
made
that's how
more.
you know-
Like, we
That's how
we
you
made
know
like
you had a lot of listens.
we made more than I think we made around $20 when we
Not
released
bad.
Terraflesh,
Yeah, that's
which
not
was
bad.
2017, which is like our first year as a band.
Yeah.
Right.
We were like, wow, streaming's cool, but like it's never, and of course everyone hates streaming, but those things all like, I mean, the bigger bands, they get millions of listens and they get like $20 or whatever, contracts and things like that are all set up in different ways.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like for us, yeah, of course we get all the money because we run everything ourselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It takes my band about 2 years to pay for our 1 year subscription to DistroKid. That's how successful we are.
Well,
You're a negative
April-
$10 deficit.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Shit, man. So, what are we going to play on the way out today?
dude, Overload for you, my man. You had us on.
You're too kind. You're too kind. Because it's for the homies.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
You heard them. This is Overload. Yeah.
Chronic dependence, drilling inside. Bury my progress, hasten Emotional warfare, mental poisoning, remix activity. Say that what you say. Resist all the different simulation. Oh, the mental sculpture of the Saturday. Overdose of intensity. Resist all the different simulation. Oh, the mental sculpture of the Saturday. Overdose of intensity.
In 2017, one man's vision and passion for all things metal started out as a record store in his house. Years later, the fight against a mainstream empire continues as Shade Beast. An independent metal collective and online store based in Athens, Georgia, is the world's premier heavy metal brand for music heads that value authenticity over the mainstream acceptance. Featuring original t-shirts from some of the best underground artists, as well as stickers, posters from the Shade Beast Presents concert series. Unique, one-of-a-kind collectibles and small curated selection of vinyl and cassettes from the masters old and new. Visit shadebeast.com and enter promo code SithLord for free domestic shipping on your first order, whether you're a new customer or returning. And be sure to join the Shade Beast social groups on Facebook and the interwebs to keep up with the new release announcements and talk all things metal and Star Wars. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and filth.
Welcome to the night. You think you know Night Demon? Then the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast is for you. Step into the darkness as we peel back the curtain to give you an unprecedented, all-access look into the mind and the heart of the demon. We're talking band history, song analysis, studio anecdotes, stories from the road. It's everything a diehard Night Demon fan could want and more. This is the only place to learn the inside scoop, the deep dive trivia, the untold tales from the band members themselves and those closest to the Night Demon story. Need more? The sacred Night Demon Crypt will be pried open to reveal demo recordings that have never before seen the light of day. all with in-depth commentary by the band and the people who were there for the writing and recording process. This is a gold mine, a treasure trove of all things Night Demon. Head over to nightdemon.net or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Since 2013, there has been a calling from the underground, from the graves of all those unholy, and they decided to make a zine to talk about all of this. Soul Grinder Zine, an independent metal zine to keep you informed on all things metal and horror from the underground. Available in both print and digital formats, they're bringing you the best interviews and reviews out there today. Not only do they do the zine, but they also do compilation CDs. Check them out at facebook.com/soulgrinder.zine and start your subscription now.
Hey everybody, let me tell you about the new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Unchained Tapes. They're an independent Pennsylvania tape label. They focus on extreme metal and punk with a killer approach to the tape scene. Visit their web store at unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com now to get your fill of tapes. And for being a Metal Forge listener, enter the code METALFORGE10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your total purchase. That's unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com.
What's up, Metal Forge fans? This is Alan Bishop, the alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest and head distiller at Spirits of French Lick. Do you find yourself drawn to the unexplained, fascinated by the Fortean, or enchanted by the paranormal? If the things that go bump in the night resonate in your mind, then tune into my brand new podcast, If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. Featuring first-hand accounts, collected stories, interviews, history, and speculation related to all things not of this world. Available now on Anchor, Spotify, Google, Amazon, and more. Sit back, relax, and remember, if you have ghosts, you have everything.
Hey, let me tell you guys about Mercenary Press. They're an independent London label and distributor of all things metal. Mercenary Press delivers the goods from their own independent zine. Trust me, you're going to want to get in on that. To distributing various bands from all over the world, including Cramp from Spain and Sadistic Force from Texas. Visit mercenarypress.bigcartel.com to find out what all they have in stock and what you can order. And for Metal Forge listeners, enter code METALFORGE10 to receive a discount on your total purchase at mercenarypress.bigcartel.com. Check it out now.
Hey Metalheads, it's with great pleasure I get to tell you guys about a new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Ageless Art, New Albany. After 20 years of owning and operating Ageless Art in Clarksville, Indiana, Phil Garrett had a vision for a new type of tattoo studio. Something that is clean and modern, sleek, refined, inviting. And he's done just that with Ageless Art in New Albany. You can find it at 2736 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana, 47150. Business hours are Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays are 12 to 6. All sessions are appointment only, so give them a call and go get you some new ink. Or if it's your first time, go get your first one, baby. Maxwell's House of Music in Jeffersonville, Indiana, is the premier 12,500 square foot music superstore that has served both southern Indiana and Louisville, Kentucky metro area for over 4 decades. Originally founded by Marvin and Beverly Maxwell in the 70s, this gym remains a Maxwell family-owned business. Mark Maxwell, along with his business partner Whitney McNichol, continued the reputation as being the national resource for all things music.
In 2022, the iconic Guitar Emporium of Louisville relocated to Maxwell's Music, creating the largest independently owned showroom in the region. The retail offerings at Maxwell's Music includes a huge selection of guitars, basses, amplifiers, effects pedals, modeling amps, keyboards, drums, banjos, mandolins, ukuleles, sound systems, stage lighting equipment, and accessories. The music education program at Maxwell's is second to none. From private instrument and voice lessons to DJ, EDM, recording, songwriting, and music theory, to Rock School, Weekend Warriors, and Maxwell's Music Lab, there is something for every age and every ability level.
Down in Repairland, guitar and instrument repairs and refurbishment are taken care of by the Maxwell's team of expert guitar technicians and luthiers. They also do appraisals of instruments as well. Maxwell's offers installations for professional audio, visual, and lighting systems for schools, churches, clubs, VFWs, funeral homes, sports fields, and so much more. There's also rentable space at Maxwell's, from the music practice and rehearsal rooms for the individuals and bands, all the way to a meeting space and concert venue that seats up to 120. That also includes a professional audio, visual, and lighting system and a sound booth. Maxwell's has it all. All this plus original functioning 1947 recording booth to make your own record. Go to the Guitar Hero throne, to the very own Elvis statue, and don't forget the Harmony Green Pocket Park. There's a reason the Maxwell's House of Music in Jeffersonville, Indiana has been recognized by the National Association of Music Merchants as a #1 award-winning best store design, as well as top 100 music store year after year. You gotta see it to believe it. Maxwell's House of Music in Jeffersonville, Indiana.